back to another episode of Chasing the Raspberry. This is your host, Chase.
And your other host, Rasberry. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see we have a guest, our friend Cali.
Thank you.
Quiet, audience,
God.
our studio audience, quiet.
Get in your fucking seat, little kid. So you saw him running,
I did.
right?
Before we start, remember to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter at Chasing the Raspberry. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at Chasing the Raspberry. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers.
We're over 500.
We're over 500. So join us on the journey, please.
Yeah. Oh, disclaimer. We are adults. We're going to talk about adult stuff. You're a child, stop listening, or listen and don't tell your parents.
Disclaimer, I broke your chair.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Whatever me and Iris say in our guests is from a light heart. Don't take us serious. Look up your own research.
Yeah.
But we're fucking canon. This is canon.
This
we're
is
going to
canon.
curse.
Take it as canon in your life.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Okay. How are you
Callie,
doing, Callie?
plug your Insta. Do you want to plug your Insta?
No.
No?
But I will. It's c.bills, BILLS, 22.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Blow her
Okay,
up.
I'll
Blow
put it
her
on.
up.
I'll put it
Okay.
in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you.
I'm going to be famous.
Yeah.
Yo, hell yeah.
Um,
Callie, I asked her, so every time we have like a single person on, I always ask them right before we start, I go, can we play The Bachelor?
yeah.
And Callie is single.
Hey, ready to
let's do
mingle.
this.
Yeah, I'm just saying the last girl that was on the podcast
Was Aaron.
was Erin, and Zoe.
Zoe.
Both
Oh,
were
you're right.
single. Now, after the podcast, no longer single.
Right.
True.
Come on.
Come on. It works.
It works.
Wonders.
I say it's all us. They go, oh my
I
God,
think
the podcast changed my life.
Every day. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
So, Callie, we're just going to go down a laundry list of questions.
All right.
And this is, whatever you answer may or may not change your life. Positive or negative, I don't know.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay? Looking for a man. What are the features you're looking for? Employment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Employment.
That's a good question.
That is a good
Good
question.
question.
Great
Yeah.
question.
What if he's like lactose intolerant, like, or has weird allergies?
That's okay.
Wait, lactose intolerant and
Is an
weird
allergy.
Yes, but weird allergies, I feel
That's
like
discriminatory, Chase. Just kidding.
No.
I'm
So
just
it's
kidding.
like sometimes it's tough. Like,
yes, sometimes
it
it is
No,
tough.
right. Like,
It's-
if if
name an
I
allergy
wasn't-
that's really hard to have.
I think peanut butter
Peanut butter's
or
tough.
peanuts. Like,
Just because it's so deadly.
Right.
Like if you fuck up, and
Yeah.
it's not even like, oh, I fucked up once. No,
Yeah.
if you fuck up once, you could die.
Yeah.
right. And how many things do you like read? And it's like made in a factory with nuts or whatever. It's like,
Oh, yeah,
I
that
don't
does
even read it
suck.
because I'm not allergic.
Yeah,
But I bet
don't
it's
have
a lot.
to live that life. That sucks. A lot of my friends are, which is weird. Like my neighbors around me are allergic to nuts.
Really?
really?
I don't know, and the worst part is I go, God, it's so good. You want some? I go, what the fuck is in
Get
it?
it away from me.
Because they even get like scratchy in the neck and stuff
Ooh.
if they just smell it.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no, where's your EpiPen? And they go, I don't carry it. So I
with
go,
airborne stuff like that, it has to suck to be on like airplanes or
Yeah.
anything.
Like, how do you
ever.
even live? Like, you can't be around anybody who's eating. Like, because you don't know what they're eating.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so scary.
And some people genuinely don't care. Like when they're
Oh,
eating, and
yeah.
you're like, "Hey, I'm actually allergic." Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, I'm allergic." They think you're just gonna be like a little bit itchy, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, actually, I could die."
I could die. It's
Sorry, I
pretty
didn't
serious.
choose to be like this. It's not my religion. I
Yeah.
didn't like.
right. Yeah. It's not a choice. Kind
Yeah.
of things. They just do not care. No.
You just had a birthday.
I did.
Yo.
8 days ago.
Hell yeah. Happy belated
belated
birthday.
Thank you guys. Thank
What
you.
was the coolest thing that happened during your birthday?
I was in Vegas for my birthday.
What?
Hell yeah. Party
But,
hard.
yeah, so, do you know what Meow Wolf is?
Nope.
No,
No, you're going to tell me.
okay, shit, okay.
Not a chance.
I'm gonna explain it so bad, but there's one in Santa Fe for sure. There's one coming to Denver,
Okay.
and there's one.
So
in
when it comes to
Vegas.
Denver, are we going?
Yes, absolutely.
say less.
It's basically this interactive, weird ass art exhibit.
Okay. You went to Vegas and then you said art exhibit.
You said
Yeah.
Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf.
Meow-
Meow Wolf, like meow
Like
like, a cat.
cats?
Meow meow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yo!
Meow Wolf. Yeah, and so it's called Area 15. Is it 51? Whatever. Yeah.
Where the aliens. Area 15 is obviously where the aliens aren't at.
Right.
Because it's 51 where they're at.
And so there's like some sculptures outside, but then you walk in and it's just like black lights and LEDs everywhere or whatever. And it's like kind of like a mall, honestly. There's like separate rooms. And there's this one, it was like you put on those psychedelic glasses and you just look at this shit. And then have you seen those videos where the people are like swinging on the ceiling and like they're dead?
I've seen those. Yeah,
they had
like
one
the
of those.
zip lines.
Yeah, the zip line things. Yeah, I had one of those. And then like the big exhibit.
What an
If
example.
people that don't know what we're talking about, they're like, wait, what?
They're swinging and they're dead.
They're dead. What?
The zip line.
Yeah.
But, and the big one they have, it's called Omega Mart.
Okay.
And it's like a grocery store. It looks like a real grocery store, but everything in it's like a parody item, I guess. So this collaboration of artists, I guess, came together and just, I don't know, like the only thing I can remember what it was called is like, you know, in grocery stores, they have those little toys that are cheap. It's like this bag and it says weird dogs, but it's horses. I don't know, just weird ass names.
That's pretty equivalent.
Yeah, like just weird names for like this stuff, like cereal, and you could like buy some of the stuff. They're like, if it has a price tag and you can pick it up, it's art, but you can buy it.
Okay.
And so
I like the rule if you could pick it up.
yeah,
Our shit like nailed to the ground.
yeah, there's stuff like glued to the place.
No
and stuff.
way.
So yeah, they don't want it.
that's
So like,
pretty cool.
and they had like pillows that were like bags of chips but I don't know. But then you like go through the back, like through the freezer section or like through the meat deli counter, and it like
There's a meat place and you
no,
just
so
My
it's
mind-
fake. It's all fake. So
Oh.
yeah, so it's like
Oh,
fake.
so it's not
And
meat that they serve to the public?
No, it's
okay,
like
I was like,
it's all
we
like
have friends that are
plastic, yeah.
assholes that will go, look at that.
right? And like I don't know, one was like it was like chicken with tattoos. I don't know, just weird concepts that people come up with. But then you go through the back, and it's like a fun house basically. Like there's
You can like
different-
bounce around and stuff. Or
there's
what?
like there was slides and like there's crawl spaces you can go through. Like there's one you had to like go under this and crawl up like on a rope on these stairs. And like every room looks different with like they play with light a lot and sound. There's like weird like music and
I wouldn't like it. I feel scared.
right, no,
It sounds
it
scary.
was so stimulating. I was just like, whoa. And
How often do people go in there, you think, like just tripping crazy?
oh, I saw a guy. He was totally tripping.
Just-
like I
just
walked down
bake
and he
that in.
was just this girl was trying to talk to him. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you came to the right place for me.
Yeah. Wow,
But-
okay.
and it's, I don't know, really cool. Like just kind of
What piece of art spoke to you the most, would you say?
There was this room, and it was like this white leaf feathers thing. I don't know, all the way up the wall. And like the lights had changed, so it was just like it looked like they were waving. They weren't. They were completely still. But
Yeah.
I don't like that. It was like a
How much was that?
I don't think you could
you
buy
could not pick up that whole room, and there was no price tag.
think I
So
it.
I think you could. You probably could, but I don't know. It's really cool.
I'll pick it up for you, Callie. Don't worry, I got it.
Thank you.
I'll bring it
Thank
here.
you. But I don't know, just kind of a cool.
That's sick. Did you gamble?
I did. The
Would
first
you-
day I was there, I was playing the quarter machine. Won $85.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like,
slots
yeah.
machine?
And yeah, and then I
Sick.
lost it all. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you bet it all at one, like at a table? I
no,
really want to play
just kept
roulette
playing.
in Vegas.
My sister-in-law won almost $300 first time she played roulette. She's like, "Yeah, I'll try it." Just
300.
yeah. I mean, she started with I don't know, like she like started with 100, but she like added on 300.
I just really want to go and bet like $4,000, and I see that all three of us are wearing black, so I'd go $4,000 black,
Boom.
and either you lose it
And
all.
then you lose it all. You're
The
done.
thing is, okay, you have to be okay with losing it.
Yeah,
And some people aren't.
yeah. I feel like 4K is like a real high price,
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah.
it's not like all my savings, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's not that bad.
No, like we were walking around, we were talking, like how many people here like have a problem? You know,
All
like
of them.
right? Like
All
we're
of
here on
them.
like a, you know,
Even if you're like, I feel like, because you don't say that with like meth heads, you know, like other addictions.
Right.
Gambling is like an addiction that people go, you could walk away from. like smoking, it's really hard just to walk away from cigarette smoking. But gambling, people go, I casually gamble. It's because I have so much money or it hasn't affected me yet.
Yeah.
People, I bet you walked past people who just lost their house,
Right. Yeah.
who put their house down.
That's
Like,
crazy.
collateral. I'm fine.
I'm fine. It's gonna hit on black. Chase that on black, baby.
It's me.
You lose 4K and they lose their house.
And you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, and they're like, damn. Oh my
The
god.
best part, I'm lying to him the entire time. I'm a psychic, man, okay? I feel it. I'm bringing in the energy. The ball's going to land on black everyone right now. But if that would have hit, everyone goes crazy.
Everybody loses their mind.
on.
Yeah.
Because you've been to Vegas where the guy was going crazy and everyone was around him.
Yeah. Yeah. It starts to get crazy and then like they start to get like security and like weird stuff. But
Around him?
hmm
Why?
just around like the table and stuff. Because especially like if you're starting to win like a lot of money, one, somebody could try to rob you like blatantly.
Oh, that's nice
Right
of
there.
them.
Yeah.
Not the robber.
But then they're all, oh yeah, oh that's nice of them
Oh,
to
you think
put all
I'm
the
so
chips.
rich? How nice of you. Like,
yeah, you won a lot of money. Yeah, I did.
And it's mine. Hand it over.
Damn it.
The clerk guy is like, "What are you doing?" I didn't say anything. Or imagine he just goes, "Bang! Give me the money."
Oh, shit. I'll come here next week. They'll never know it's me. And that happened in the West. And no one said a thing.
In the Wild West.
Yeah. Come on, people would die over like card games. People
Well, yeah.
still
yeah,
die
just
over.
boom, boom.
Because
Big man.
And they're like, on to the next round. Like,
That's his fourth win of the game. Bang.
it was somebody's job in the saloon to drag the bodies out at that like during the day during the game.
100%.
Yo,
It's like,
it's called a mortician.
Hey,
I still
Tim
have 'em.
Jeremy, can you come over here and get?
No,
get
it's the bartender's kid. He
It's
just,
a God, I
got
hate
another
this.
one, Dad.
I hate this job.
Dad, this one's too heavy. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Thank you. Oh my god.
You keep dragging.
Oh,
Grab his ankles.
oh my God, I love that quote so much.
Who fucking paid the coffin guys in those towns?
I don't know. Like,
Because bullshit, they paid taxes.
I mean, some towns did. Some towns were
In the
organized
West?
enough. Some towns
Who's
were
the
organized
tax
enough.
collector?
I don't fucking know.
The gangs, I assume.
I guess,
were the
yeah.
vigilantes.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know.
Horseshit. Yeah, no way.
No
There was,
way.
oh my god, the world was crazy back then.
Yeah, literally. I mean, it's still you could see as no rules, but there was less rules
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, you could just walk, like, seriously, like, oh, I got beef with you? Meet me at high noon. We're dueling. And just, if you died, you died. And everybody, like, they were sad. And they're like, that's the rules.
That's the
Yeah,
rules.
hey.
Hey, we all die at 25 anyways.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What's a tetanus shot? I don't know. Anything.
We're in the desert and
Yeah.
now we have a drought. What are you drinking?
What are you? I don't know. Because it's mine now.
That's true. And if you murdered someone back then, you weren't known as the murderer. You were just like, oh, that's Travis still,
Yeah.
just
That's
walking around.
Billy the Kid.
The,
Billy-
the kid.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
cool name for murdering someone.
Yo!
I guess nowadays, you know, like, whatever.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
The
OJ
Zodiac
Simpson had a
killer.
really cool name. OJ, and he murdered 2 people.
I don't think orange juice is a good.
Allegedly.
Orange juice. Jeez,
Yeah,
but-
they do get cool names. Serial killers do sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think that adds to like people wanting to like? Because some people like
Yeah.
glorify them and like
No.
are like fans
so.
of like serial
That's
killers.
true.
That's tough.
I don't know. I watch a lot of Criminal Minds. Well, I watch all of Criminal Minds. Do you guys watch it?
Oh,
I've
yeah,
watched
I
those,
fuck
yeah.
with it heavy.
Mm.
And they talk about that, like, oh, don't call them that because it's just they want to be famous for this, you know? Like, tell them.
And that's why they leave like those little hints, right?
Yeah.
Or like the trademarks for
Yeah,
them.
they like want to be caught because they want to go like down in history, be like infamous for this. They don't care that they're gonna rot in jail or like be killed. They just want their name out there.
That's crazy. I think like when the serial killers get found, it's like the worst part is like sometimes like it's scary that they get caught because like now all the copycats around them are like, nope, you caught the wrong one. Start killing more people.
Oh my god. Yeah, or like fans of them.
Yeah, and then like
They're
because they like certain prisons can't even tell you like who they have because of the fan mail that they get. They just can't fund.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
No, keep no. Yeah.
We don't want them.
Don't tell them.
Send them back.
Send them back.
Send them back.
We didn't. We only hit one point.
Yeah, I was gonna say on
your
the
laundry
Bachelor,
list.
like we
On
got.
the-
Oh, I have another one.
Okay.
Okay, but I got plenty. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I was talking to this with someone else, and I go, it's weird how often men and women have just genuinely different voices.
What do you
Like,
mean?
just I, for a man, have almost like a little bit of a higher pitch voice
Okay.
than the average Joe.
Okay.
Do you prefer a guy with like the deepest voice alive, or like a medium, or like a little bit of a higher pitch?
Probably medium to like lower. Super low, like I'm like, damn, but it's kind of like a weird, like, it's kind of scary, like.
At night. Hey, honey. Hey, like, it's a demon. He knows my name.
That's true.
Like a deep. Like, have you heard of the YouTuber Corpse Husband? He has a super deep voice.
Because a lot of girls like a
Yeah.
mega deep voice. Because it's masculine, I guess.
Yeah, but.
But you said like a medium because you couldn't be
Yeah.
like a Mickey Mouse like
Yeah,
every day. Good morning, honey.
Like, what country is like notorious for that? Like the Swiss guys, right? Swiss dudes are
yeah.
like notorious for having like a higher pitched voice, I think.
think so. I don't know.
It's a ballpark. Like we said, it's
Minimal research.
guys. But like there is a TikToker guy that like reviews axes, and he has a very high pitched voice, and he gets like made fun of it all the time. And I'm just like, man, leave him alone. You act like you can change that.
When you asked what country, immediately to my mind came Saskatchewan or whatever.
Oh, Saskatchewan?
From, what is it?
From Grown Ups?
I was like, damn. I was like, wait, no.
How you doing, ladies? Saskatchewan.
Immediately, I was like, that. I was like, oh wait, that was not real life. But,
I say it is.
oh,
Sure.
you're right.
You're
Okay.
from Saskatchewan, you got a high pitched voice. Sure.
That's canon.
That sounds right.
This is hold on. I should have clicked it. But this guy,
This is his voice.
yeah, he has a super deep voice. Okay, guy.
Like the chocolate rain guy.
All right,
has
go ahead and put your
chocolate
mic up to
rain.
the speaker.
Oh my god.
That's what he looks like?
No, that's not. Nobody knows what he looks like.
No.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
it.
his voice. Like, it's not modulated or like
Really?
pitched
He's
down
not-
or anything like that.
Do you think he's like trying to do that?
Because
Because there's some people.
Have you caught a guy that tried to deepen his
Every time-
voice?
No.
you like
I mean-
see him around on campus or something, and then one day you walk up behind him. And
Yeah,
like,
he's on the phone.
Yeah,
you know?
and he's like, "Hey, mom," and you're like, "Tim Jeremy." And he was like,
Oh,
I was just playing around.
I had a bubble in my throat.
Oh my God. Like, what would you even do in that situation? Like, if you knew
You got
somebody-
caught. You moved
got
towns. You don't. You
Wait,
changed schools.
wait. If I was
Yeah.
faking and got caught, or if I
Both,
caught
I
someone
guess.
faking,
Like, if you knew somebody and you knew them for like a year and you knew their voice, and then all of a sudden it wasn't their voice, would you be like, "You're fucking fake"? Like, we're
They're
done?
no
Or
longer
would
my
you
friend.
Like, that's okay.
My life is a lie. You're like,
Yeah, right? Like,
like, you know how you lied about your voice? I lied about our friendship. And then, I just walk away.
you just walk away.
what would you do if you got
All right.
caught though?
If I got
Yeah,
caught,
you would skip town.
nah, I'd totally laugh in their face and I'd go, I'll never see you again. Because I like to do that sometimes, like at drive-thrus, like totally fake an accent. I did that the entire road trip. We did a road trip from like North Carolina here. Like, sometimes like the southern states have like a real thick accent, and they'd always ask like where I was at, and sometimes I'd just talk normal, and I'd go Kentucky, and they'd go what, and I go yep, or I'd go no, I'm from here, and I'd name the town like one over that we just drove past,
Yeah.
and they go you don't have the accent. I go no, I've lived here all my life.
You don't have to.
I go why are you faking an accent? And I start walking away.
You're fucking weird.
Would you be friends with the person that faked their accent, or the not accent, but
Why would they? Why were they? Is it because they're insecure? But I'd have to talk to him. I'm like,
see what I mean?
I
I'm
have to
kind of
talk-
with you on this. Like,
I'd have to
what was their
talk to 'em.
intention? Were they just, yeah. I
maybe they're trying to impress you, like that guy at the comedy club who had the
Oh
mega
my
deep
God.
voice, who was terrible at comedy. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but he just did like. He was the credits at the end of the show. He would point at the comedian. He was like, "This guy's weird because like and he's like,
And he'd name something from
he's
what
moving.
they did in their set.
Yeah, and he goes, "This guy like loves old ladies. This guy has mom problems." And it's like, you're not telling a joke.
You're summarizing what happened.
You're
Yeah,
summarizing
pretty much.
everyone's stand up, even Ira's, like because that was Ira did stand up that night, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? What a quack!
What a- but I mean, but he wasn't faking his voice. I don't like, I don't know.
But what if he was? Because his voice was like really deep. What if the entire time he was just faking it?
Then he's a fucking quack.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Fucking quack.
100%.
Okay, how do you feel? Okay, builds. Like a
Builds?
small, super thin guy, like Pete Davidson, like just mega thin. Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No, so
Or in between
super
them two.
bulky. No, yeah, in between. I do like
Wow.
like the meatheads at the gym. I'm like, no, like, people are like, oh, the veins in their arms. I'm like, yeah, okay, the forearm veins, whatever. But when they're just like hulked out, and like, I'm like, no, like I don't. Because one, I'm not gonna keep up with your fitness goal. Like I'm not gonna do this. Like,
Fitness goals. Okay, Mr. The Rock.
Mr. Dwayne.
Mr. Dwayne.
Mr. Dwayne.
Yeah. So no, but also,
I'm running into more girls that say that. They
Yeah.
say there's like a size for a guy that you'll be too big,
yeah,
and you're just scary. And that's what what's his name? Arnold said.
oh. Mhm.
He goes, I was too big for a lot of women. He goes, I would scare them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets to the point where you're just kind of like, what's going on? You
Yeah.
know, like, but like also super thin. No, like
Do you need a guy to protect you? But
he
he doesn't need to live at the gym.
Right. I feel so
He
weird
doesn't
about
need to
this.
eat the weights. Like, he can work out, but he doesn't need to fucking every plate in the gym. Putting it on.
That's mine.
But no, yeah. So somewhere in the middle, I guess.
And we're not saying everybody's body is beautiful.
No, everyone.
But yeah,
I wouldn't say that. But
but everybody has preferences, and that's okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
has
This is
preferences,
this
and that
is
is okay.
this is
Nothing
Callie's opinion.
Preference.
Yeah,
Her
and her
preference.
preference. Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone has different preferences. Yeah. If you're offended, don't be. Like an
Sorry.
asshole.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Question mark?
You should
Don't be.
stop eating weights.
Yeah.
Or keep doing it because you love
Because
it, obviously.
It's because like you always hear that about women, like saying like guys get too big, but like guys will never say that about other guys.
that guys get too big.
Yeah,
no,
like,
I mean,
that
I've said
guy's
that. Like,
too
I've
big.
said it about myself. I'm like,
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
wanna-
want to be
Yeah.
that size. I have said that about myself. But like, if
You would
somebody
never s-
wants to do that, they're obviously just doing it. You know?
Yeah,
They're-
I'm always impressed by it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo,
that
you're
takes so much dedication.
You're stretching like your everything to go that far. Like he's stretching the boundary of like what a normal human should look like, and he has surpassed it. Even the girls, I've met some girls that are just yoked out of their mind. I've met girls like way bigger and more muscular than me, and I'm just like, you go, girl.
Well, okay, so then that kind of, because it also is, I feel like sometimes it's a form of like body dysmorphia, or so then that leads into like shows like what is the like modified, or some of those
Yeah.
where people get like
Yeah,
the
body modifications.
body modifications and stuff.
It's weird how they sometimes they don't even assume like that's a thing.
What do you mean?
Like, because people always want to go to the most taboo version and not like because bodybuilding almost is. Because a lot of times like it's unnatural. They have to like add certain hormones. Like that's why like steroids is such a big thing in like the bodybuilding world. Because you can't get to that certain. The average person can't get to that limit.
no.
Like Ronnie Coleman, for example, was like the pinnacle of bodybuilding and arguably of all time.
Okay.
And he's just this. He's the guy that goes, "Yeah, buddy," that guy, and he's fucking massive, right?
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, I did every single drug to get that big."
Oh,
And he goes,
wow.
"And I had amazing genetics.
Yeah.
Like it helps that he's tall.
Yeah.
It helps that he has like amazing muscle fibers." And then he fucking just went, juice. But hey, whatever.
Teach their own, I guess.
Yeah. To each their own. Next.
Next question. Have you ever talking about the guy like when we said like deep in the voice? Have you ever seen a guy like sucking his gut around you? Because that's like a thing on
No.
Instagram. They go, guys be sucking in their guts for girls that look like this. Have you seen those? I've seen those.
No, I haven't seen the gut sucking in.
Have you seen those?
The posture.
The
because
chest
I'm
press?
tall. Like for people who don't know, I'm a hair under 6 feet tall. Like
Oh, yeah,
for the
you're-
viewers,
yeah.
like I'm a tall woman, and like I've dated guys who are like a little bit shorter than me, and like one which I hate because I'm like, just if you're secure about your height, I'm secure about your height. But they,
Okay.
it's just like.
Their postures.
fine.
Yeah,
I'm like,
standing next to you, you see them like
yeah,
eyeing you
just like-
from the side eye.
Like we're the same height, and I'm like, we're not, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like stop.
Whoever's taller knows we're not the
Right.
same height.
That's one of my things. Right. No. So multiple times, you know, because I do dating apps like
Yeah.
Hinge or like Bumble, and it's like, guys, they're 6 feet tall. I said, okay.
Just go, we'll see.
Are you actually 6 feet tall? I'm like, well, basically,
Girls
if I wear
don't-
shoes, yeah.
Girls usually don't
You know?
lie about their height, especially
No.
the taller they are.
Right. I'm like,
They're
I
try-
need you to know.
You're saying the
Yes,
lower number
yes, I'm
of
like,
6 foot. You're
yeah.
like, you're maybe a little bit over, and you're like 6 foot, 6
Yeah.
foot, 6 foot.
Yes, like, I need you to know I'm
Yeah.
this tall. I'm like, oh, me too. That's perfect. We're eye to eye. I go, and I'm just like, and I'm just like,
Okay,
and-
Mr.
and, like,
5'10".
and I don't say anything.
5'10".
Right.
Yeah, he's like,
No one is
Right.
6 foot even. And like
Right.
for men at least. Men don't say I'm 6 foot and they actually mean 6 foot. They mean they're close enough where they just round it up.
they
Right.
round it up, yeah,
Right.
100%.
And so
They
I
just
would do that
pretend
if I
girls
was
just
closer.
don't know.
No.
That's the best part. Girls just
Have,
don't know.
have you seen? There's a TikTok of a guy, and he's like, he said he's like 6'3", and he goes, "Well, I lie and I say that I'm 6 foot." So then I watch everybody, all the males in the room melt, and like go
my
through
my
mental
sister sent me
breakdown.
this TikTok. She's like, you have to do this. And it's a girl like about my height, and she said, I walk into a party and say I'm 5'8",
Oof.
and watch every man go, no, you can't be like
That means I'm 5'5", 5'4".
yeah. So it's super funny, and I don't get it, like especially like on dating apps, because I'm like, I don't care that you're shorter. I care that you're lying, essentially. Like if you're
Well, yeah.
5'10", like I
Because
don't
you're
care-
lying.
You're gonna start it off with a lie.
You're right.
What are you lying about your voice too?
I bet you're sucking in your gut right now. Lift up your shirt. Breathe out. Breathe out.
Yeah, because my point of view is like, if I'm not gonna like you for your height, why do you want to be with me in the first place? Like that's shallow. Like, why would you don't? You don't
So,
have to lie.
have you had
Like,
guys that say you're too tall? They'd go like,
No,
"Wow,
like,
I
they meet me?
really like you,
oh,
But you're too tall.
Oh,
Oh
No,
my,
oh my
mi
God.
amor.
I think when I was younger, you know, when you're a little young,
because
crush, you're
when
too
when
tall.
did you peak your height? I'm assuming it's real young, and then you thought like everyone else was gonna grow up to your height, and they
you
did
just
it.
They did it.
still.
And then you're like, I'm the Iron Giant, the Green Giant, walking around like this, like the idiot.
So I was always taller than average. But so then we get like 5th, 6th grade, some of the other girls, that's when they hit their growth spurt. So like, oh, I'm not like the tallest right now. This is crazy. This is awesome. They stopped. We were 10 years old. They stopped.
Oh no.
So I hit my growth spurt between 7th and 8th grade. I was like 5'6" in 7th grade, which is pretty tall.
And
still.
you went, this is it.
And I said, and like, you know, the growth charts like the doctors give you, it's like, you're probably gonna be about 5'7". I was perfectly happy. I was like, average, you know, even
Yeah.
above average. I was like, that's fine. Like
That's fine.
most men are taller than that. Like it's fine, you know. Which I wasn't thinking about that as a child, but like
Yeah.
most people would be taller
Now
than
you're
me.
thinking that now.
And grew 4 inches that year. Shot up to 5'10".
Your fucking knees
Like, yeah,
were shot
I know.
that year.
Literally, I come back first day of volleyball practice, 8th grade. So in the fall,
Yeah.
basically blow my knee out.
I went fucking down.
Like I just go kneecap, bam, like out.
yeah. When
Which
you take,
actually
like-
happened last night during Pong. It did because it's still like my tendons never tightened up. They told me I would when I stopped growing. Like it'll tighten up, it'll be fine. Slips
Dang
out all the
lie.
time.
So your knee just pops
Just
out.
pop- yep. But anyway, yeah. So then I grew a little bit more, and I actually grew until I was 19. I
sick.
stopped for a little bit, and then right after high school, I grew like another 1/4 inch, and I was just like,
Wow, thanks.
Another
I love this. You know, I was like, oh, I'm jealous.
Something I needed, another inch. Like,
But I think about sophomore year is when the guys started, because freshman year, I had these friends, same height as me. We come back the next summer. They're 6'4", 6'5", and I was just like,
Finally.
Yeah.
finally.
There's some
like,
selections out here, you know?
Right? No, but I was just like, finally, I don't feel so, like, I don't know, just feels so large.
See, I thought I was gonna be like 5'6", and I was gonna cry because like even my freshman and sophomore year, I was still like under 5'8",
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and I was like, God, life's gonna be rough for me
Yeah.
because I had confidence. Like I was walking around like this, like I was looking at tall girls like. Still walking around.
What the fuck is this ant?
Yeah. Because like being a sophomore and still being called a freshman, like at that time, hurt.
Devastating.
God. Move freshman. Sophomore. Sophomore.
And like, yeah, it was like even like a boy, like I was freshman and like a portion of my sophomore year I spent in Kansas were just these country corn-fed boys.
Yeah.
Gee, they were like they were grown men. They had like hair all over their chest. Kids had mustaches. Kids had tattoos everywhere. And like I remember being a kid like my parents don't even have tattoos, and they're like really adults. You're like 16, and they're like built out like a freaking truck.
Yeah.
And I remember like going to the gym, and I was like, at the time I was like so insecure and small. I was like, I'll spot you. And they're like, you want to work in? I went, no, I'm spotting. That's my job.
My job today.
Yeah. And then like in between like the summer of my sophomore year is when I grew from like 5'6" to 6'1", and I was like, God. And then
Painful.
senior year, I just kept growing, just like a little quarter inch like that over like a couple months, and then
Yeah.
but that, like you said, that big first jump, you're like, God,
I
you
can't do this
sleep.
anymore.
Yeah, and you just lay down. You're like, God, my legs fucking hurt.
And I had always been kind of like thick, you know, like stocky.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know, cause like I wasn't like a fat, you know, like when like you know people like like no, I was just like
Oh, you had like
bulky.
baby weight.
Yeah, I had
You
like
baby
bulky,
weight.
you know. Grew those 4 inches, and I looked gross. Like my elbows were all bony. My mom like. Now she like kind of makes fun of me. She's like, "Yeah, you looked really weird." I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, it's
like,
bad.
yeah, it's
At least in the moment.
How much did you weigh
So-
at 6 foot? How much did you weigh like at the peak?
at the peak.
Peak of your height off of like the peak growth and height.
Okay.
I mean, height to weight.
Okay, so like 131. I remember because when I was 5'6", you know, you do physicals every year for sports. I was 132, grew 4 inches, was a pound less, and I was like,
Holy shit.
I was like, where did I go?
Yeah. I even look back at like my senior photos because it's on our fridge for some reason because my parents don't throw anything away like parents do. And I just remember going like, God, I graduated at like 140 at like
Jeez.
140 pounds at high school, graduating at like 6'3".
Damn.
And I was a stick, just like
Yeah, I think by the time
walking
I
around like fucking Slender Man.
Oh, you're right. You're just
Looking around and you. It was tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
I'm the opposite story from you guys.
Yeah?
I wanted to grow,
Was it rough watching your little brother grow?
especially
bigger
like
than
going
you?
to college. Because that's my thing is I went to college
Uh-huh.
and came back like that summer of my freshman year, and I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
They kept growing, and now Donnie, who is
Because I even
16.
heard when Jace came back and he saw Donnie, he was like, "Stop fucking growing!"
Yeah.
Like instant. And I was like, "Okay, this must be huge." Like for Donnie,
Yeah, he's getting.
which I hope Donnie keeps growing.
He's going to. He's gonna be like the biggest one of all of us.
Sick.
Honestly.
Shout out to Donnie.
Shout out
Keep
to
growing,
Donnie,
kid.
yeah. We'll
Start
have him
eating
on-
more.
We'll have him on the podcast sometime. He's actually
like the
really
cameras
funny.
here.
Yeah, I love Donnie.
Yeah.
I hope so. We had a kid in my high school. His name was Alan. I'm pretty sure he went pro at basketball or something. But he was like 6'8", 6'9" in high school.
Wow.
And they did not accommodate to him in any shape or form.
What do you
And they
mean?
were he's at a desk like this. Like, he's just, hey guys. He's like stepping into doors like this, like going like that. Like, hi.
Hey.
I had geography with him for some reason. Because he was a senior when I was like a sophomore at this new high school. And he walked in, I'm like, Jesus. Like, I was so scared. And he was like, hi. And I'm like, oh, you're friendly. Like, and he sat right next to me for the
big
whole
friendly
year.
giant.
Yeah, I was startled. Because
like-
you don't, when people walk in, there's a certain height you put their face at. And when you see something from the ceiling, like duck in, you're like, ah! It's just a fear.
Yeah. You see him, like, my thing is you see him walking over the crowd of kids.
Oh, 100, like his torso.
Mm-hmm.
Like just walking around.
It was like,
Play that soundbite.
yeah.
Because I hate, I think the not my height's the problem, it's the long arms. I always think because when you walk, like sometimes they sway a little bit, and for some reason, like my hands like to wander away from my body, and I'll like graze people. So like sometimes you'll see me, I walk like a fucking T-Rex. I'm like, because I don't want to touch strangers at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not a creep, I promise.
Yeah.
Especially like in the clubs, like when you're trying to like walk past people, my hands are down. It's just like touching everyone's. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm trying to seem smaller than I am. Let me walk by. Wow. Okay, I have more questions.
Yeah, I was like, more questions. Okay,
I love this game.
So height, as long as they're secure, you're secure.
Which is good
there's
for
definitely
you.
Probably like a preference, like if they're super short. That's just,
Because
just
there
not-
are tall girls that prefer short guys, which is cool. And short guys go for tall girls sometimes too.
no,
A lot. It's a lot.
No, and so yeah, just I think there's definitely like a limit. I'd go shorter than me, but just for probably some insecurity on my part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right though. Are you doing it for genetics, like for your
Oh
your
yeah,
offspring?
D1 baby.
Yeah,
Come on, Olympics. That's all I want ever. Like I'm just like nah. I want to look at like the girl's family history. I was like, let me see the men on your side right now.
This is, on the second date, please bring your photo albums. I need
I need to see all the athletes. What do you mean you don't have athletes? Move on.
All right. Move
on.
I mean, now I'm canceling the second date.
Anyone who's an athlete in here right now?
Right now. There's an open spot that just came up.
She's still at the table, or he's still at the table. Move the seat for the athletes. Okay. Are you naturally a cold or hot person? Body temperature wise.
Body temp.
And what do you seek for?
I think I'm naturally warm because I get hot really easily. So I'd rather be in like a cold space. What do I seek for? I don't want some like since I'm kind
You're
of warm,
hot, yeah.
I don't want just the people are heaters.
Oh, some people are fucking
Yeah.
furnaces.
Yeah.
And those are always the people that want to snuggle.
Yes.
And you're like,
yeah, and I'm
"Gah!"
just like, please, I cannot.
Is that your hand? There's a piece of coal in the I don't know how I got in the bed. Oh my fucking god.
It
So, yeah.
feels like it burns.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, like, because you'll sleep and it's normal, and then the blanket and your heat just, and then
Yeah.
their hands, and they touch you like, God!
Yeah, you-
Look, there's
Sizzling,
sweat.
yeah.
Like,
So, yeah.
I always thought, like, because I'm the same way, like, just a natural hot person, to the point where, like, I don't understand how people can wear jackets and shit indoors. I always envy the people that can just walk around casually in a hoodie. I can't. That's why I'm like, I prefer shit with zippers because I can open it and I'm like, fan it out.
Yeah.
Fan it out. Because I'll sweat right through a hoodie, like armpits and all, and it looks, and I just look gross. I still smell good, but I just look gross. People just make that assumption. That's all the questions I
That's all the
have.
questions you have.
Okay, so employed. Let's recap.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Height.
Preferably taller.
They don't lie.
They don't.
They
lie.
don't lie. Yeah.
What's the tallest you'll date? Because there's a
Tallest?
point where it's like handsome
Right.
tall, and then
it's like,
freaking
oof.
nature tall, like George.
The tallest I date.
George is like 6'6". I don't know if
6'6"?
you've met
Okay.
George.
No, I
He's like
haven't.
6'6", 6'7".
Oh wow.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Because I think 6'8" is
I
like
was
the
gonna-
real cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 6'7", 6'8". I know somebody who's 6'9". It wasn't like that bad, but I mean, but then once you get taller than that, like they're gonna die early.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, like
It's weird
There's a
how the
lot of-
bigger you are, the shorter the lifespan you have,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty.
Yeah.
You'll live longer than me, Ira.
And don't say that. Don't say that.
What do you mean?
You're not like a freak tall though.
No, but my life choices are going to be
Oh,
diverse.
okay. Oh, okay.
All
okay.
factors
That's-
considered.
I jumped out of a plane, all right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing high risk, high reward stuff. I'm not playing on my phone. I'm deleting these things so I don't have to
No, you're
yeah,
fine.
what the hell is that?
try and...
Do you have any like
I
other
have-
preferences?
Oh, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Nope. Oh,
I don't have preferences. Yes, I do.
What?
I meant more preferences. I'm trying to read as I'm deleting, and I'm scared I'm going to delete other topics that I have.
What are
prepared.
like some hobbies? Like if he's into these hobbies, you cannot. Like, are there any like red flag hobbies?
heroin.
Drugs.
Drugs. No.
Right.
Red flag hobbies.
What's a hobby that you're like, I cannot?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really into like drinking pickle juice competitively, or like competitive eaters. That's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
They have to constantly keep their stomach stretched out, and they're trying to
You're
stretch it out
right.
more.
I don't know. I have never thought about that. Red flag hobbies.
Or just
Maybe
red
when
flags.
they're in a little too into like World War II history.
Oh,
Like they go to the, like reenactments and stuff.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anyone does World War II
World War II,
reenactments,
you're right,
but they do
just
the Revolutionary
Revolutionary
War.
War.
Yeah, those
Right,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
Revolutionary
And if
War.
you're on the Confederate side,
Yeah.
you're a little weird.
Yeah,
You're-
exactly. Those ones are just kind of
You
like
chose. It's weird. You're volunteering for that side.
Yes, yeah. Those are just kind of. I'm just kind of like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
I want the
history,
Confederate
but-
side.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Whoa,
What?
I'm team captain. What?
Yeah, I want to be that general. Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys have those? What something? If a girl's into, you're like, hell no.
See, yeah, that is a hard question. That's my bad.
So my biggest pet peeve that this isn't like a hobby, but it's a lifestyle that people have.
Okay.
And for me, just my experience, a lot of women will try to do this, and it's I don't want this, but you should assume that I want this. For example, like, oh, don't bring me coffee at work, it's okay. And then later in the day, you go, you should have fucking brought me coffee at work because you knew I wanted coffee. It's like, that's a toxic life.
That's toxic.
And I don't want this. So
No,
if you're
that's
just toxic
weird.
in general, and people like spew that. And at first they hide it because they know it's bad. And until you're like dating them or something like that, and then they're like, you're comfortable. Toxicity.
Let it all out. Yeah.
I'm actually a furnace.
yeah.
I just hold ice cubes when I hold your hand.
Yeah. Or the opposite of that. Like if like you're trying to be like friendly or whatever, and they're like they go out of their way to like do things, and then they're like, oh, like, well, you should do this for me because I did this for you.
Ooh. Yeah, it's just
Also
weird people.
very toxic.
That's just weird
toxic.
people in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like doing hobbies and doing other people's hobbies too. I try to like show the interest, but
Yeah.
sometimes just it's not my thing. Like I can get down with quilting, but not like every day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Quilting.
Yeah.
I could.
I think it.
Is that what that is? What is that?
Oh,
Like knitting?
knitting or crocheting.
Crochet.
Yeah, I get down with crochet like one day
Dang.
out of like the month.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. You got to get me in a weird mood.
Right.
But I'm like, all right, I'm down.
I'm down, let's
Yeah.
do
Is
it.
this what we're doing today? And everyone's like, yeah. And it's like, all right. I also like group stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't one-on-one stuff. It's just like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And then they go, I don't know what you want to do. And
True.
then you're just fucking sitting there all day.
Mm-hmm. No, I was gonna make a
Not
joke.
worth
It's
it.
so bad.
Do
Make
it.
the joke.
Do it.
Drop
That's
it.
why I prefer orgies.
I don't kink shame, so
I
fuck
know
it.
that.
Yeah, do it.
I'm
man.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Do you like this drink that we provided?
I do.
Chasing the Raspberry, we provide drinks to our guests.
Mm-hmm.
It's Dutch Road Drinks. That is called the Golden Eagle Chai
Mm-hmm.
with the works on it, which is
really
like
good.
whipped cream and like the weird
It's
crumbs
very
on it.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like chais?
Yes, actually,
Okay,
I do.
cool.
So
I
I'm
fuck with
very
chai.
pleased with this.
Have you ever had a
first-
Thai tea?
No.
You should have a Thai tea.
A Thai tea?
Thai, like it's chai but with a tea, a Thai tea.
Okay.
Like most pho places have it. I don't
What's-
know what it is.
Okay.
I've heard
It's-
of it, but
It's
I don't.
orange and it's fire. It has like kind of like a coffee kind of taste,
Interesting.
even though it's a tea. I don't know.
Yeah, are you guys more coffee people or tea people?
I'm more tea. Personally.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Animal.
I don't like hot. tea
I'm
that much.
cold all around. I'll drink tea or coffee cold. I hate hot beverages.
Mm.
And it's not like, it's not because I'm a hot person. I literally, the second the drink is in my hand, I want to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want to
my
drink it,
Lord.
and if you do that to a fucking hot, that's the part I don't get. Why do they make coffee to the point where it's
So
gonna burn you
hot.
the second you touch it?
There's that one McDonald's
The
lawsuit.
McDonald's lawsuit,
Yeah.
which good for that lady, and
Yeah.
I want to do that to any Starbucks.
It burned her skin, like 3rd-degree burn type thing, like because she like spilled it in her car, like right after getting it or something.
I might do that.
Yeah. Well, I think they did something, so now you can't do that again. You can't like.
I can't burn myself.
You can, but if you burn yourself, they are not liable for you
And
burning
I was-
yourself.
What if I
Somebody
knock
was
the cup
talking to me
in my
about
hand?
that, like that them putting like caution hot and all their stuff was like a cheaper option than just turning their coffee maker down because it's an unrealistic temperature. But it was weird. Somebody was like kind of bashing on them, like they say it's to keep their coffee better at a hotter temperature, but it like expires faster at a hotter temperature, so they don't understand. But it was like
That's
a cop
interesting.
out. They're like, it's a cop out because what they would have to pay or whatever for, like, oh, the coffee we throw out, like let's just put caution hot on it, but it's actually just like an unbelievably hot temperature.
And you can't. I
don't know.
You're lying to yourself if you take the hot coffee from the person or whatever, and you just go. You're lying. You can't. No one
No.
does that. And that's the part. Like even like the thermoses. I hate thermoses, and people are like, I love it because my drink's hot all throughout the day. I can't drink it at all the entire day. I'm just like, I eventually just pour it out. I give up. I've noticed I give up easily on a lot of things. Literally on the ride here, I was trying to eat a banana that was like a little too green, and I peel it from the bottom like how you're supposed to, and you have like a little handle at the end. I go like this, peel, and half of the peel go, and like because there's layers, right? So I peeled this layer off, but it's still not the banana. And I went, okay, I'll work around it. And I go like this side, and it does the same thing. I go, and I'm trying to like slowly peel it off, and it's just breaking. And I go, man, fuck this. I just throw it out the window. I'm like, man, I make it easy. Like I'm the typical American. I want things to be easier, so I'm more efficient in life. Like whoever invented the escalators. And then the second guy who was like, it'd be cool, not the escalator, but if we did that to a floor.
Yeah. We did that.
And it's the same design. The guy just fucking turned it. And he was like, that's mine. That's mine. Don't take it.
I did it.
I can't take it.
Because I was at the airport and I was doing this, and I just remember going like, I felt the people judging me because I was like not walking on it, and people were walking faster than me. And I was going, well, I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of the moving floor if you're?
I mean, as long as you're not standing like in the middle of it, like this.
I was doing
What are
that.
you doing? Because
I like to hold
other
both
people
rails.
Other people can't walk past. you.
scary.
Well, yeah, I like to test the wingspan to things, so I'm like, I could touch it. You know how guys like people just jump up and touch stuff that's high? I do that too, but I like to do the width.
The width. You go to buy a new car. They're like, so what are you looking for? Something like this. You're like, this is the one.
Yeah. I remember when I was first searching for cars, and I couldn't sit in certain cars
Yeah, because of your height.
because my torso's too long. And I'll go like this, and I'm like hitting the roof, and I go, and they go,
Stretch it out,
they go, I think the seat lowers, and I go, it doesn't. And they go, how do you like it? And I go, if I get an accident, do I die? Like at this position? Yeah, I'm closer to the steering wheel, and I know it's a certain second that it's gonna become dangerous.
Dude, I'm imagining Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, when he's in the fucking little car. Yeah, dude, that's how it was for a couple cars, and I was like, wow, this car is really sick.
Yeah.
I can't fit in it.
When my mom traded in a car one time because I didn't fit in it.
Because you
Hell yeah!
I
Were
was
you in the
yeah.
back, just
yeah,
too
I was
damn
in the
tall?
back because I went to basketball camp or something. I came back and
Of course, you played
they, like,
basketball.
They rolled up in their new car. I was like, great. I get in immediately. Boom. And she's like, oh. And then for like the next couple of weeks, I just boom, boom, and she's like, okay.
They bring it back. Why'd you bring it back? This car's giving my baby a concussion.
Look at the dents on the hood, all right? I'm in on the roof.
And she's like, okay, I'll take it back. I'm like, because I never said anything. I was just like, ow, you know.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah.
Is
let's
everyone
do
in
it.
your family tall?
Yeah, I mean, my immediate family, yeah. Or my mom, over 5'8". My sister's like 5'9". So for women, they're tall. My dad.
You got boys, like brothers or anything?
No.
Just you and your sister?
Yeah, and my dad, he's almost 6'2", so he's not overly tall for a
Wow,
guy,
so where'd you
but
get all that height from?
I was talking to my mom about this. I think it's her dad's side. because her like uncles and people were like pretty tall.
That's where I
Everybody
get.
else
That's where I
short.
get my height from too. My mom's side.
Get it.
Where'd you get your height from?
My I don't fucking know because I'm taller than both my parents, but not as tall as like my uncles or like other people that are like really tall.
No, yeah,
I didn't get that.
We got lucky because like all my cousins basically are shorter than me. Like there's one guy and he's taller than me. The rest like they're not super short, but towered them all. Like you know, just like like woo, and I'm the youngest. Like on one side by almost 10 years. So then they're all full adults, and I'm just this little like teenager. Like they're like, what the hell?
Wow. Kitty table's real small. Like this is the normal table. This is actually the adult table.
They're like playing family basketball. Like, get that shit out of my. This is my house.
Yeah. Well, at least you played sports. Like you used your height, which is sick. I've met a couple tall girls, and I'm like, oh, like what are the cool sports you play? And they go, I don't play any sports.
I don't play sports.
And it's like you wasted it.
You wasted it.
Some tall guys do that too. They just never played sports, and it's just like you're wasting your genes.
Gotta go D1, baby.
Come on, yeah. I was shooting for D1. Get it?
Because your
In what
shoulder, no?
sport?
'Cause I'm
In baseball?
trash.
Oh, you weren't cracked. You were trash.
I was trash. No, I did all right. I just my shoulder kind of blew out in college, but other than that, chilling. I was too thin. I was too small. Like in high school. Like I said, I graduated 140 pounds. I'm walking around like fucking Slenderman.
You're right.
College athletes, college scout. We had college scouts at our games. They're like, you're too thin.
Yeah.
I know.
'Cause
Feed me. I need your food.
What position did you play?
I started off at catcher, and then when I hit my growth spurt, I didn't like squatting down anymore. So I was like, I'll go over to first. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. We talked about this in the car. We're trying to expand lifespans. We even like briefly touched about it. Like with the taller and bigger you are, your lifespan's shorter. Me and I were talking in the car. Like if you could not even just extend the lifespan of humans, like if you went one step below to dogs, the amount of money people would pay to keep their dogs living as long as you.
Yeah.
Or even like if you add like 10 years to every dog, people would pay a
So much
crazy
money.
amount of money.
So much money.
And then we got onto the movie, The Golden Compass, where like you had this certain animal, and we're like, what animal would you want? And Zoe instantly goes, well, not a ferret. What is your animal choice
Animal choice?
that's next to you all the time? And if you die, it straight up dies.
But if it dies, you don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A raccoon.
A raccoon?
I love raccoons. I don't.
Why do you like raccoons?
Because
the trash bear.
the trash bear. Because they're just so like they have little hands and they can do stuff with them, and then they're kind of pudgy. And
You know, honestly, for like a rodent, they're very, very efficient. Are they considered a rodent, right?
I have no idea.
I don't.
Because they have thumbs, which is
Yeah.
scary. And I know they can like open jars.
Right.
And I heard they clean their food before they eat it.
Yeah.
They're not
Have you guys seen
complete
the cotton
savages.
candy video?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dunk's it and he's like, oh, where to go? And he's
So
looking.
sad.
And he looks at the guy like, why the fuck did you do that? So you're
Yeah.
picking a raccoon.
A raccoon, yeah.
Okay. Ira?
See, at first I thought bird would be cool, but
But normal people
no.
have that.
Normal people do have birds, and like
birds are
shout out
kinda
to
cool.
them. They're
What type of bird, though? Because if you get like a little bird, not as cool.
no, it's something cool like a falcon or something. You know,
That'd be sick.
like hella speed. You know,
Just screeching all the time in your ear. We're in a library.
please. I'm sorry. He does this sometimes. please.
We're at a funeral. Shut the fuck up. He's right here.
Yes.
To wake you up, he'd wake you up.
He's so distressed because they died.
Yeah, he's sad. This is what this is.
We're like at a friend's, like we're supporting a friend at their family's funeral.
Oh, and they brought you as like a support?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The fuck brought the bird guy? It's a hawk. We all have ferrets.
Just going through it, killing. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So you're picking a bird.
Okay, yeah,
That's
sure.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I think falcons are cool.
I'm picking the best one off the rip. Maurice.
Oh, you're
I'm bringing a big ass orangutan walking around.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Because if I get tired, he'll carry me around. Yeah. Oh, he'd be
His
sick.
big ass arms. You just look,
Bro.
slap.
I just imagine you in the car and like pulling up to a light, and I look, and you look, and Maurice looks around the corner.
Because I just want the massive orangutans with like the big old flat
Oh
faces, just so I can really, really intimidate people. Because I'm not the most intimidating person. But if I go, Maurice, rip his arms off.
Just immediately.
That threat is now realistic.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Maurice can't.
I can't rip your arms off, but you know people can.
You can hear him like, I want him walking around his hands everywhere. Just. Yo, scary. And I want him to be in a suit. Just super fly. Like all the
He
time.
wears a white suit.
I saw a video of someone feeding an orangutan at the zoo, and they only had 2 bananas. The orangutan goes like this, and he throws it like over the little trench, catches it, eats it, and he throws back the peel, and then he goes like this, and the guy goes, "I don't have any more." And the guy, orangutan, again, I said food, please. And the guy goes, "Sorry." Monkey literally grabs his shit and throws it at the instant betrayal. I hate you now. I'm starving over here.
I only love you because you feed me.
I think that'd be the only downfall. Is like his hands are probably dirty a lot.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
why
I can
monkeys
teach him to wash his hands. Maybe I
like-
can teach him to wash his hands.
and primates that scare me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like to think me and him get along really well.
Well, you all
and-
would, 'cause it's
yeah,
your-
and we can mentally talk to each other like, "Hey, you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like monkeys also, when they're sad, they look really, really sad.
And when they're mad,
Because they have like almost human
Yeah.
faces. It's just they look really sad.
but then when they're mad, they are also very, very
Yeah,
scary.
and they have
Yeah,
that
rip
"I
your
can
face
kill you."
Rip your
Yeah,
face off.
yeah. Those stories were
Chimpanzees?
chimpanzees fuck people up on the regular. Did you hear the story? The lady had an orangutan and it attacked her neighbor. For some reason,
Wait. Imagine you're the neighbor. You're
Yeah.
in your house, and you look over and swing through your window. Is that a orangutan?
is that a chimpanzee?
Yeah, or chimpanzee. Yeah. What the hell is
Yeah.
going on?
It fucked him up. I'll tell you that right now. It really did.
So it was a
It was a chimpanzee.
and it broke into the neighbor's house.
He was in his garage, and she was just like chilling with her chimpanzee in the yard, and it ran up the driveway in his garage. And in my head, he like pressed the button. Please.
Like, please, and he does a little slide, and then it does close still. And it's so dark.
Door's locked. My wife always locks it from the inside.
I told her to stop. I told her. That bitch killed me. That bitch fucking killed me.
And you just hear the chimpanzee noise going around.
Yeah. Just
Where is it?
laughing his
Where is
ass off.
Circling you.
Yeah, he turned 2-car garage, doesn't see him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's looking up. But no, it mauled his. He took his like half his face off, like in the like not like a cool part, like half your forehead. It like rips your nose and lips off, and it like ripped his genitals off and stuff. Like
my
super
God.
barrack stuff.
Yeah.
And guess what? They just put the chimpanzee down, and the lady got no charges. And I went,
Like,
she should have to donate her face to him because that's not his fault.
oh, but
When people-
I mean,
Go
I
ahead.
understand that it's like a primate, but like it should still have like a leash or like
Yeah.
a.
Come on, we saw the
fence,
movie
you know?
Planet of the Apes. They had a leash on them.
See how well that went.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he took over half of the world.
but like that, you know, there's leash laws for dogs. Like, how did she not get in trouble for that? Like, oh, chimpanzee doesn't count. Sorry,
Yeah, well, come on.
your face is gone.
Your
Deal with it.
it.
And yeah, also like the people that are addicted to like having those weird exotic animals, it's kind of weird.
It's sad because that's not where they're supposed to live. You know.
I want someone to own something like where you can't hide it, and they just keep trying to hide it, like a rhino. And they're like in an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You can hide it when it's like real young. You bought it on the
curtain open.
It's moving around. It's a little table, and it keeps moving around. You're like Hogarth from the Iron Giant, and he's praying, and the hand. He's like, and don't, Satan. I love that movie so much.
But no, like just trying to lie. Like, no, that's a cow. And they go, that's a rhino. And he looks, big ass cow. Like just another cow.
You're not supposed to have a cow either.
He has a deformity.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking care of him.
He's
a
His
rescue.
horns are a rescue. He's a rescue. You know, they didn't tell me when I picked him up.
His horns are growing out of his nose.
I think he's like an Australian shepherd or something.
Man, I saw a fucking video the other day on Instagram of this. It's in Africa because there's hippos. And like the wild dogs are trying to chase after this antelope, and it's like stuck on this hill. And it's like hill. The dogs are right here, and they're like trying to nip at this antelope and try to drag it up. Mud pit, and the hippo's right here.
Oh, okay.
And the hippo comes, saves the antelope. I'm like, wow, they're like best fucking friends. The antelope turns, jumps into the mud. And you see it jump, and it goes, mud, and it just doesn't move for some reason. It doesn't keep trying to run. It just knows it's stuck. So it's like, I'm here now.
I live here. Yeah.
And the hippo is like fucking with the dogs. It's like, back up. This is my territory. And it's like this, mauling around, like going crazy, pushing the deer, pushing the little antelope. And I'm like, oh shit. And then at one point, the hippo turns, sees the antelope, mauls it, bites it, shakes it, throws it back onto land, and then the dogs just drag it up. And I go, bro, this antelope had zero chance. Give him a chance.
Full circle. He's like, oh, I'm safe. Nobody can mess with me in the mud.
Yeah, I got my boy Hippo here. Back up.
You said I was your boy.
We're best friends, right? And Hippo's teeth are massive.
They
killed
are
it
so
instantly.
dangerous.
Yeah.
They kill more people.
Yeah.
They come than sharks.
And sharks. And
Sharks, alligators, and lions, like all combined.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my god, I had something to talk about. Anyways, sorry.
You gonna go down my laundry list? I got one more. What's your favorite Kanye quote? I found another one I thought I liked. I'm trying to remember it.
Okay, it's
You want to
okay
give
if
us?
don't have one.
You want to say ours?
Yes.
You can say yours first.
There's the one where he goes, Lady Gaga, she is the creative director for Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck she know about cameras? I like that. I like that one so much.
He's such an iconic person.
Oh, yours is the.
Have you seen this coat? I like that one. And then as if he's getting into the fashion industry now that he's dating Kim Kardashian, and he's wearing this big ass coat in the airport, and he goes, "Have you seen this coat?" Like crazy. And then another one, it was a commercial with the Kobe Bryant, and he goes, "What the fuck's that mean, Kobe Bryant?" And then I'm like, he's so perfect.
But you found another one that you like?
I don't remember it now.
Oh,
I was
okay.
supposed to write it down. I thought I did, and I didn't.
Let's talk about this Uber thing that you were telling me about the other day.
Uber.
So there's an Uber driving, and somebody cuts him off, right?
Oh,
he has
shit.
a passenger in. I'll show you. He has a passenger in the car with him, and he starts shooting at the car that cut him off. Have you seen that?
No.
It's pretty
5 stars.
Yeah, he does it really fast.
Oh my god.
Like the car cuts him off, and then the driver claims he was defending himself, and he's crotch carrying a pistol, and the guy's literally right here. Hey, how you doing? Like just doing casual conversation, and he goes through his windshield, and all the shells are shooting at this guy. He doesn't shoot one. He like almost unloads the clip, and and glass is going everywhere, and he's just like, and then he eventually puts it back and like just casually keeps driving with like 9 holes through his windshield.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. And I think I agree with you. I think I give him 5 stars so he doesn't come to my house later
He's
and
like, I know
murder
where I
me.
dropped you off.
Do you remember when that was a thing? I remember in downtown Denver, like Anna was like really scared to start taking Ubers because Uber drivers would drop people off, know where they lived, come back the next like later that night and kill them.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah,
I
did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
There's a couple.
A couple of them, yeah, that were like the Uber killers or whatever. Like,
That'd be
That's-
sus. And that was the day my mom was like, and this is why I tell you don't get in the car with strangers. I'm like, Mom, this can happen anywhere, okay? I get on the city bus and he knows what bus
me,
stop
yeah.
I got and he knows me.
This is it.
Shooting right through the windshield. Not something out of
And he puts both hands on the gun.
He's like on the highway. You see this man? Look, because of all the shells are going over.
Zips down a Florida highway while shooting through his windshield.
And he has a dash cam.
Yeah.
Passenger
That's me, bro. God, Jesus fucking Christ! My thing is, of course, it's in Florida, of all places.
Where else would it
Florida's
be?
crazy.
Florida is crazy. Have you ever done the Florida Man challenges or whatever,
Oh,
where
for
you're
your
doing your
birthday or-
birthday? Mine was like Florida Man like sets himself on fire or something. I don't know.
Right, Florida man, what day? Callie, what was your birthday?
May 22nd.
Let's see what comes up.
Florida man climbs on playground equipment to tell children where babies come from.
Huh?
That happened.
He said today is the day that I inform the youth. You know?
He said, let me get on my podium,
Yeah.
the Lucky Bars. Like,
Yeah.
gather around, gather around.
Gather around, children. I will teach you the ways of life.
That's also the photo that comes up with
Wow!
Florida man,
What?
May 22nd.
What a face.
Well,
He did.
bang.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
That is something.
That's
What?
up there. Yeah, first photo. That's images
What
right
comes
there.
up for your birthday?
Oh shit. Okay, let's do mine.
I'm
What was your- what
traumatized
was
by that picture.
What was yours?
Mine's June 27th.
No, I meant your guy.
I don't remember it exactly. I think he sets himself on fire or something. It was,
Oh,
it was
snap.
something crazy like that.
June 27, 2012. You were actually the notorious Florida man chews off another man's face.
Congratulations.
That was that notorious day.
Wow! On the plane?
No, on the
No,
bridge.
With the bath salts. or
Yeah, the
whatever.
bath salts. He ate his face on a bridge. Like he walked up and started biting this guy's face
Yeah.
off.
Imagine
He got like
hey,
a
man.
couple bites
It was
off.
a big deal. I
Yeah.
remember it was all over the news.
Shot and killed by police after found him naked and was chowing down on human flesh. That's what it says right there.
Wow.
Word for word.
Chowing down.
Chowing down.
Yeah, he ate almost half of this homeless man's face. Imagine being homeless. You know what makes it worse? Getting half your face eaten off.
You're already down bad.
Yeah, oh, that's rough.
Oh.
I'll put mine up. Florida man's murder was really elaborate suicide by balloon.
By balloon?
Wait, what? Okay, so his murder.
Here, I'll do
They
this.
thought he was murdered.
So, but it was a suicide.
Yeah.
Okay.
An elaborate.
A Florida-
Elaborate suicide.
Yeah, this is another one. Florida man arrested on lawnmower with hard lemonade containers on the floor.
Relatable.
Yeah.
She's like,
Leave that man alone.
That's me every
He's
Tuesday.
doing his job. He's like the typical dad.
Dude, I want one of those lawnmowers you could sit on. Oh my
Oh.
god, I just want.
Some of them go
Like
very
glide-
fast.
Yeah.
You could get across town one of those. I got to the liquor store.
I want this one related to my day, which it is, but it's like a little lower down.
Mhm.
A Florida man shot a volunteer in the butt because he didn't like sea turtles.
Because
I'd
the
shoot that guy
volunteer
too.
didn't
Yeah,
like.
I'd shoot that guy too. Everyone likes sea turtles.
True.
You don't like sea turtles?
Bang.
Answer wisely.
Answer.
This is the
Yeah.
West. This is the Wild West. What's a sea turtle? You don't know. You grew up your whole life in this small town? Piece of shit.
Now you should go out and see the world. Wait, you can't.
Wow. Yeah, that's out there.
Yes.
And you could lie back then. And
About
never
anything.
get caught.
Yeah, when you're saying like the murderers,
Yeah.
you could either be well known, or you could just be like, they're like, you murdered him. No.
No, I didn't.
Mm-mm.
I'm the judge's son. Get away with everything.
Yeah. I wouldn't do anything wrong.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Never ever.
Ugh,
Yeah.
rough.
And like the amount of like hoaxes and pranks they could pull back then because they didn't, there's no photography or anything. Like,
Yeah.
guys, look at this thing. I saw it. Like,
Mm.
like
And
real.
Or you could lie and be like, I'm this person. There's a bunch
Whoa.
of people. There's a bunch of people that did that. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
so they
did.
were like famous people.
I'd do it. Why not?
Mhm.
They'll never know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the real person comes, you go, no, you're not. I am.
Exactly.
Imposter.
Imposter.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would have had a rough life, Cali. A woman in the West?
I
You didn't have a lot of
probably
jobs.
Also,
Probably as well. Yeah. I was a hothead teenager. I wouldn't have lived. Oh, I'm down. I'm down. I'm walking out, I get shot in the back, dead, you know? No, you could have worked at a brothel.
I was just gonna say that. That's where I would be.
Brothel.
The brothel.
There was no bartending. It was brothel. You want to work in the bar, honey? You got to work in the bar.
oh my god. Oh my god.
That's what it was. Or you get married off.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Did you got to think, how old are you now, Kelly? How old did you say you turned? 24?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're too old.
Yeah.
In the West,
I
in the
know.
West, you were too old. Go
Past
work in
my
the brothel.
prime. Yeah, you gotta go.
You're not married? Are you married?
You're dusty.
Dusty.
Oh, and people, like we said this before on the podcast, people stank back in the day. It was a stunk. It stuck to you. And you went, "Ugh." Imagine trying to flirt. That was before toothpaste was invented.
Hi, honey.
Stink coming out, you can see it.
It's strangling you. I can't fucking breathe. Jesus Christ.
No, rough. Ugh,
Oh my god.
just,
ugh.
I'm still just thinking about it. Ugh.
Smells.
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 They ate
Yeah.
terrible food.
You're right.
They couldn't cook shit.
Wait,
They
what?
couldn't refrigerate stuff in the West.
No, they just put everything over a fire.
Yo! What up? All right.
Bye.
Someone randomly yelled if the mics didn't pick it up.
Yeah, the
in the
mics didn't.
street.
Well, I don't even remember what I was about to. Oh, they just put stuff over fires.
Yeah, it's
Literally
kinda
anything.
weird.
Snake, just a stick through it. It's just over. They rotisserie style, baby.
Yeah, I loved the medicine back then.
Which
I got
was-
shot in the leg.
Cocaine.
Here is a tree. Here is a woodpecker. Put it up to your skull.
What?
Shot in the leg. All right. Nail through the nose.
Come here. Oh, dude.
Can you numb it up? What's that? Yeah.
And here's the good woodpecker for good luck.
Yeah. And you're in the medical field now,
Yes,
and
yeah.
like just the 10-year gap before, the medicine has grown crazy, right? Imagine like medicine like just 40 years ago. Right?
Yeah, and they're still going. You know, it's like how. Yeah, I cannot
Yeah,
even
it was an
imagine that back then.
improvement from before when they were like frontal lobe
Lobes,
lobotomies. That's pretty legit. Like,
Let's do it. And now it's just like,
no.
how dare you do that? You're like,
Yeah,
can't believe you done this.
it blew my mind when I still found out they still did like shock therapy. They still do.
They
that.
still do that?
Like they put
like
the
on
rupper.
a serious level?
Oh,
On a serious
they
level.
put that shit in. They put a rubber piece in your mouth and they fucking
Zzz.
bop, bop, bop. And they usually say they really see effects after the 11th treatment.
Yeah, you
What?
have to keep doing it.
You got to go there for a while. And I went, what's the voltage after 11 when they just go, just crank that bitch.
Yeah.
Crazy. I deliver to like a psych ward, and you got to get buzzed in and out.
Mhm.
You get a lot of looks. Everyone stares at you. Everyone's on edge there. It's so
Oh, like all the
just
security
the
and
just the
people, or-
energy in that building. I'm like I get people go there for help and stuff like that, but I go, this environment itself, I don't have to stay here. I get to leave,
right.
and I
It's
feel so
uncomfortable.
on edge. Like and you don't see any of the
Patience.
patients there. You don't see any of that. You just see like the parents and like family members just waiting in the lobbies, and everyone's energy is so
Yeah, you just
bad.
feel it.
It's rough. And I'm like, God, how do you expect people to act normal in that environment? And you have to like put on the facade sometimes just to get out. And I'm just like, ugh.
And yeah, and you have, like you said, they're that energy. They're gonna feed off each other. Everybody's just like, yeah, da, 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 you know,
Yo,
like I feel the,
100%, yeah.
feel the negative energy.
And have you only worked at a hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because I've
there's
worked
some-
in like kind of like different areas in the medical
yeah,
field.
the longer.
Like a longer stay, shorter stay, stuff like that. Like you've also had like just a wide range of people of like age groups,
Yeah.
and it's weird your age to like energy level of you getting out.
What do you mean? Explain.
Because
that
like
more.
so I've been in a facility where like I've had an 18-year-old and she was like, "Yep, I'm ready to leave," and then some old people are like, "I'll just die here,"
Oh.
and they're like, "Nah, I lived my life."
It's all
Compared to like younger kids that just want to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I think just energy level and any energy level, as long as it's high, you're gonna heal faster and you're gonna get out.
Mm.
It's the people that are down, they're not
Yeah.
gonna feel good.
down bad.
It's a
Down-
mental state.
down bad.
Mental state. I don't know. It's weird.
No, yeah, because I work in the OR. People like I've heard them talk about it. Like the patients who like kind of fight them, like when they're like going to sleep or coming up. Like sometimes they do better because they're literally a fighter. Like they just like ready to go and they're feisty and like they see like some better outcomes because they're just like that's their energy. It's like let's go, let's do this.
Have you had anyone bite you?
No, I've been really lucky.
Have you been poked by a needle?
No.
Brett got poked by a
Yeah,
needle.
one of my coworkers did. They, I think it was one of the like the neurostimulator needles. They left it in, and she like was helping move a patient. Just boop. And,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so we had to have a whole like make sure all the needles are out. But
Yeah.
like you have to go through this whole thing and say
The process is
this is
drawn
the
out.
patient, blah blah blah, because you have to send. So if they have something that you should like watch out for, then you have to go through the records and come back and whole ordeal, and you have to sit there and fill it out yourself. When you're like, oh my god, I just got stuck by a needle, and you have to do it like, quick.
Oh yeah, Brett had like the worst scenario happen. He's seen this lady before, like multiple times. It's like a prostitute, like a local prostitute that's just a fucking junkie, and he has to put an IV in her. And let me see your arm. He's like this, like gonna put the IV in, and he's like testing his thumb right here. Here, he puts the needle and she jolts her arm back, and just natural, his arm's here, and when she jolted, it poked his thumb. And he looked at her, he goes, "You fucking bitch." Like instant, just like all his like class went out the window. He was like, "Why did you do that?" Like he said she was totally calm and the needle was in her and he was like moving his hand. It wasn't like a shock
No.
factor. She just like jolted afterwards. And he was,
Oh.
"What did you do?" Like, and he like instantly, her file's right behind him. Turns, opens it, and he's like, ugh. He goes, "Yo, she had a lot of shit."
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God.
"No." He did so many tests for like months.
Yeah, and
just
because
getting his
someone
blood
won't show up
tested.
for a while. Oh,
No. But he's super clean.
course.
I went, "Let's go!" That's one for the good guys. I was so
Hey.
stoked for Brett. I'm like, I was really nervous for him. Because I'm like, getting that, like, if you live that lifestyle, it comes with it.
you're taking a risk.
You know, you're taking a
but
risk.
He was,
In the medical field, it's like, come on, that's bullshit.
yeah, like I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, you asshole.
Jeez.
But yeah. Do you you're an I know we're dragging this out a little bit, and we're past the hour limit, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Cali is also an avid birds aren't real person.
Where's
True or
that
not true?
real?
Hell yeah!
I was listening to one of the earlier episodes where you're talking about eagles, pigeons, flamingos, whatever. Pigeons, not real for sure.
Pigeons, not
See,
real.
You open my mind to like some birds are real, some aren't, because I'm
Yeah.
like, some gotta be, but there's something weird with them. I
Yeah.
agree. I'm
And-
not like full on like, you know, but
I am.
I can
100%.
see it. I can see it. That's how I am with a
Octo-
lot of conspiracies. I'm like, I could see it. You know, I'm not gonna be like, this is my truth, but like,
Yeah, I just like the. I'm also not like a diehard person, but I like the thoughts of
The thought
another
of-
reality
yes.
of that, and like it's almost nonsense for you to not see the other perspective. Sometimes when they have like real proof, it's like, okay, like the whole JFK thing. It's like people are like, there's so much proof behind the idea of there's multiple shooters that it almost makes the single shooter look unrealistic. And then there's other studies that was like, this shot is totally reasonable. Like multiple shooters come in with that gun, they go, I could hit that shit easily. I could hit that shit with one eye, like blindfolded. And I'm just shooting. He didn't just do one shot, he shot multiple shots. And I'm like, oh, coincidence.
I think not.
Yeah, and did JFK shoot first? Yes, I think so. And that sniper was simply defending himself.
I was simply defending.
yeah, like the guy, like the Uber guy.
I saw JFK just riding in the limit, like his little car, like. And they're like, holy shit!
shit.
Luckily, I have this rifle here. Put this madman down.
What are
Yeah.
some of your favorite conspiracy theories?
I love the DIA one just because it's so close.
Mm-hmm.
Just the underground tunnels.
You say it's a thing, right? There's 100% underground tunnels.
I believe the tunnels are real.
Do you believe in like the bunker?
Do I think there's some sort of purpose for it? Probably.
There has to.
I
They don't just
mean,
make a
no.
bunker and not use
No.
not use it.
No, I think there's so much going on, like under.
I want to get to the
like,
level.
under wraps in this country, in the world,
Oh, 100%.
and I don't want to know because I would turn into the strings on the wall, like.
Cali, I haven't seen you in a week. Opens her bedroom door.
Strings going across the room, not even just along
No,
the
yeah,
wall.
just like
Across the
They're on the
the
ceiling.
lasers, you have to go through it. Yeah. So
Don't
I'm
touch anything.
like-
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, I'm like, I fully believe that there's so much manipulation going on, but I can't know because I'd be like, this is so crazy. Like, I want to live. Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, 100%. Like that stuff goes like miles.
Yeah.
I'm afraid sometimes when I'm Google searching shit, I go, okay, now I'm on a list.
You're on a list. Yeah.
After this Google search, it's no longer casual to he's trying to see something.
Yes.
I did that a lot with like the Epstein shit. When I was looking at that, I went, I should probably stop searching.
Right.
Just because
Yeah.
it was getting
You're
weird.
gonna get something they don't want you to know.
Oh, 100, yeah. Oh, that's when the gun turns to death shot. No,
Crazy.
he was murdered.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. That's not even like a conspiracy theory. It's just like who did it.
Yeah,
it's really the
right,
you're
conspiracy.
right. You're right. I'd
don't
agree.
Yeah, the DIA one's pretty sick. Do you like even like it's a swastika,
Oh, yeah, the
right?
shape
The,
of
the
runways
runways.
is a swastika. I'm like, interesting. There's always so many conspiracy theories that I always think of,
Mhm.
and then when I get onto the podcast, like I always forget it.
No.
Like doubles, like celebrity doubles.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I believe in a lot of those. Like how like Britney is a prisoner still,
Yeah.
and no one kind of acknowledges that
Mm.
because her dad has like all the money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
Didn't they
did
make that a thing?
documentary on her, but yeah, there's
I
like
didn't
that
watch
free
the
There's like
documentary.
that free Britney stuff. It's crazy,
And that like
It's
her
so
fans
sad.
figured it out.
Yeah.
Really
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Talking about celebrities, me and Zoe were talking about this earlier in the car. It's weird how in comedy,
Okay.
people will fat shame you, right? Just in general, like
As a comedian.
as a comedian, if you're like an overweight person and you're a comic, like Jonah Hill, right? Not really necessarily like stand up comedian, but he does a lot of comedies. When he loses weight, they simply go, "You're not going to be the funny guy anymore because you're not fat." And it's like, why do we judge Jonah Hill? Like people do
and
that.
he
and it's-
struggles so much with that. So
Yeah.
if you like watch his interviews, and it's like, yeah, like so I'm not the fat guy anymore, but everybody always just talks about how fat I was, and now like.
And then we were talking about like the weird pictures that Hollywood paints. Like if super handsome guys cannot play comedy roles for some reason. Michael B. Jordan will never be casted in a comedy role
True.
because he's too
It's like a
attractive.
certain
Yeah,
it's
you
like
have to be a certain
box.
goofiness. I don't know.
It's
like,
weird, right? Like because like Pete Davidson looks a little weird,
Yeah.
and he's super funny. MGK, his friend, who's almost as equally thin and tall, looks significantly better than Pete Davidson, and he'll never be funny for the fact of like he fits a certain role. Even like Adele, the second she lost all that weight and she looks amazing, they went, "Can you still sing?" And I went, "What? That's not how it works." Quit fucking fat shaming celebrities. I'm tired of it. You can be thin and cut and super, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is funny. And he's literally the biggest human out there.
Yes.
He's one of the big guys. Bullshit. That's why I put my stance. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
Done.
Cali, thank you for being
you
on
have
the
fun,
podcast.
Cali?
I had so much fun. Like seriously, guys, I was so excited to do this.
Yeah.
So
Did you like the script we drew up for you?
Every word you
Yes.
hit every word
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad you read the teleprompter.
I know I was
right?
having a little trouble. I forgot my glasses. I was like, shit. But
Yeah.
but yes, thank you.
I think it's so much easier and fun when there's no script whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Like how we do it like this.
You
like,
just go.
you literally sat down, we put a drink in front of you, and we started recording.
We started. Yeah.
It's so much fun, guys.
Yeah, but thank you for being on.
Oh yeah, thank you
Thank
guys,
you,
and thank you
Callie.
for the drink. I think I found
A
new
drink.
addiction.
That's it, boy.
Okay, thank you to everybody. If you listened all the way to the end, thank you. Remember
Ira loves you.
I do love you. Remember to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok where we're blowing up, all at Chasing the Raspberry.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, please. Yeah. Anything else?
Don't fat shame.
Yeah, don't fat shame.
Let Jonah help be big or small.
Yeah.
Let him be him.
Let him do what he wants.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.